Thank you guys for watching Straight from the Hip. I'm your host, Jason Allen. We're here with Coach Gerald Boo Mitchell, and over here we have Travis Butler. Today we're going to talk about a hot topic that me and Coach have debated about back and forth, but now we're going to include Travis in this topic. We're going to talk about if high school players should be allowed to go pro in the NBA. I'm going to go ahead and start off with my thought process. I think yes. I think the ability to play basketball is not as contingent on height, weight, and etc. like it is in the NFL. I think a guy that's 18, 19 can get into the NBA and still be a proficient player. Also, he's able to make a living and make money for his family, friends, and etc. And I don't think it's that much of a detriment to his health or his life as opposed to other sports. If you look at other sports too as well, tennis, baseball, hockey, a lot of those people are allowed to go straight from high school straight to the pros. They are making it mandatory for someone to go to college or do something else before they can make money professionally because of some arbitrary reason of, well, we just think this is the right thing to do, I think it's a non-go or non-starter for me. Coach?
I don't like it.
Okay.
I think, and it's not about the kid, it's about the league. I think it waters down the league. I think when these kids try to go from high school, many of them, now every now and then you're going to get a Kobe Bryant, you're going to get a Kevin Garnett,
right.
You're going to get a Daryl Dawkins or some of these guys who did not go to college.
I like when he skipped over LeBron. You saw how he did that?
LeBron,
that was on purpose.
Yeah, LeBron's the last
You know
one.
how you...
But those are only four that I know of. I mean, I don't know of anybody else. But at the end of the day, I think these guys...
Malone.
Okay, I did forget about Moses Malone. But I don't think these guys... a lot of these guys just don't know the game well enough. I think when you go to college, it gets you better prepared to go in the NBA.
Okay.
When you have a guy who's 6'8" in high school or whatever the case may be, or 7 foot in high school, he probably ain't getting a whole lot of coaching. The coach would probably just tell him, hey man, go out there and do your
Score
thing.
the ball.
Do your
Score
thing,
the ball.
baby. Yeah. Get the ball to Fred. Get the ball to Fred. And that's about all the coaching he's getting. So he hadn't even really learned the game of basketball the way that he should. And now he goes out in the NBA, and number one, he's out there looking like a clown and messing up and not doing very well. And number two, I mean, he's losing confidence in himself as well. And so, like I said, I don't think it's just a good marriage. And I don't like it because I think it, like I said, kind of messes up the NBA.
Travis?
I have no problem if a high school kid wants to go to the NBA. It's his decision. He's 18 years old in this country that is classified as being an adult.
Yeah.
In real life, you don't have to go to college. If you get your college degree, you can go. You do not have to go to college. And
Right. But you just said now that he's 18, he can do whatever he wants to do. Regardless of if it's good for him, regardless if it's good for society, regardless if it's good for anything, let him do whatever he wants to do.
Well, the thing he's saying is the freedom of choice.
Exactly. As an adult, he has the ability to do that.
Right.
And if he thinks he's good enough, if a team wants to draft him, why should he have to go to college? To your point, it makes the league look bad. Man, one guy that goes number one overall that gives a bust isn't going to make the league look bad. They're just going to move on from him and go to the next number one player.
Yeah,
Jason, why is the NBA still going around and people are watching it? Because there are way more success stories than there are
the bottom line is the NBA is exactly what it is. But at the end of the day is that people are going to watch this like they watch the Cincinnati Bengals. And they watch the Cleveland Browns, and they watch the Atlanta Falcons because it is just out there for them to watch. That don't make it good. I mean, the bottom line is that the league could be better if they brought players in that were more experienced and not just being the only 7-footer out there on the floor. Well, there's no wonder that you're good, son. You're 3 feet taller than everybody else out there on the damn court. But it's only every now and then that you're going to get a Kobe Bryant, or you're going to get some of the names that we've already talked about who are actually good enough to go out there to play on that level night in and night out and everything else.
Here's a question to you. So, my first question would be, if Kobe, all the people that said it went from high school to the pros, we would assume they would have been good college players. We would make that assumption they would have been good college players as well, the ones that were successful.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So they're the outliers. Let's talk about the ones that weren't good. I think two things are at play here. One, when a lot of them were going to the league, it was right after the Jordan era, and I think the NBA as a whole was down, not including just the high school guys going to the NBA. And I think that's where everybody's perception of the high school kid going to the NBA, watering down the league, is from that era. Two, there's pretty much almost probably just as many busts from guys that went to college for 3-4 years and got the number 1 pick or the number top 10 pick and still busted just all the same as a high school guy. So to me, I think it's always going to come down to the player. Now, like you mentioned before, it's on the scouting report. It's on the teams that pick them up if they want to take that chance and what kind of program we put in. But I want to flip the question and go, well, what about the Euro players? These guys have been playing professional in their country since they were 14. They get 18, they get drafted by a league, which will still be the high school age. Should we be like, well, no, don't draft them because the same issues same things that you're acknowledging?
Well, again, I don't know what kind of training they get over in
Right.
Europe and whatnot. I don't, because there are some sports in Europe, like if you're talking about wrestling or whatever the case may be, where a joker come out 14 years old and beat the pants off somebody in college. You know what I'm saying? But as it pertains to basketball, I don't necessarily know, because of course the Spaniards seem to be a little bit more successful. So
Right.
I would say it depends on whatever level of training that he had.
Okay.
Because like I said, when you look at Manu Ginobili and some of those guys and whatnot, some of those guys coming out of those countries, I mean,
Like a ball.
they playing it on a high level. My thing is that, and it's not about, to me, because people always want to jump on, well, I think that, he's a grown man now. He can do whatever he wants to do with his life. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is what's for the good. And I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what's good for the sport.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about, because like I said, I don't want to see where, and I think ultimately it will be good for that kid too, to go play for a Coach K for 2 years, or go play for a Izzo, go play for Izzo or somebody like that for a couple years, because they're normally, if they're that good, don't go to a top flight program anywhere.
All right, Travis, close the statement.
High school players want to pursue that. They shouldn't be mandated to go to college. If they think they're good enough and somebody wants to pick them up, let them do it.
All right. Again, thank you guys for listening. What do you guys think about high school to pro? Are you for it? Are you against it? What reasons are you for? Are you against it? Please put that down in the comments. Please remember to like. Helps us get up there in the algorithms. Share this to other people. Share it if you enjoyed it, thought it was a good conversation. Share it to other people and bring them a part of our Straight from the Hip crew. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can be updated when we load up new items and new information coming through. Thank you guys so much for listening again. It's Seth signing off.
Good night, Miss Francis.
Straight from the Hip.